This is a rate occurrence when the lizard comes at night. Late stream. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? A late stream. My girlfriend is going out today with her friends, so I'm home alone. I can be a bad boy, you know? Is it good now? Was I a robot? Was I a robot? Oh, how are you doing, Potato? Good to see you. I saw your Giga comment, you know? My videos are getting insane traffic. There's a huge interest on this game, okay? Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Everyone is hyped. Dude, this build is broken. I just need to figure out how do I get here. It's so much better than the totem pop thingy, like the skeleton pop stuff. The problem is how to get it. How to get there. Like always, you know. I find that this leveling, like this, what is it called? Like this, these runs, a lot of the times, it's like figuring out the first 30-something levels. Sometimes 50. Like, if you figure that out, like, you're chilling. But some are really hard. Like, for example, Beastmaster was pretty hard. I got pretty lucky that I found Upheaval early, honestly. This is the best part of the build, by the way. I was watching the Spain football, otherwise I would have streamed earlier. Soccer, you know? Insane. Let's try how we do it in Power. Pina?
Infinite possibility.
There is only one problem with this build, is that the Abomination consumes himself. That's not good. That's a Mariano. Congrats, Spain. Who plays tomorrow? England, Holland, Norway, sorry, or who's playing Argentina? They're playing. I like the World Cup quite a bit. It's fun. Okay, I can explain. It's possessed, okay. Switzerland. I know Norway, England should be pretty brutal for both teams, honestly. I feel, no? That one's gonna be... I think they're pretty... And Argentina, Switzerland, I mean, I think Argentina should just win, no?
Infinite possibility.
Maybe no? I think the England, Norway, anything can happen really. I feel like they're pretty similar teams. Even the way they play, the way they do goals, no? I feel very explosive, vertical stuff. I think England has an overall better team now. Like, Norway is like, does Haaland score?
This moment will shatter.
I feel like England is just gonna lose though. Like, they always choke, England. I remember when I lived in England, holy fuck, man. It's coming home, it's coming home. The biggest chokers. The Boyd Anus has collapsed. Enter the collapsed hemorrhoid anus. We're watching this hemorrhoid anus. I mean, the best game by far has been the... What is it? The... Cabo Verde versus Argentina. That game was... I actually... The Egypt game was pretty fucking hardcore too, honestly. But I think the Cabo Verde was just so much fun. I don't know, like the goals were so like such epic, you know. Yesterday game had to be the worst though. Holy fuck. What was that game? Fucking hell, man. The France-Morocco game? Holy log out, man. Like what? Like... Are they AFK or like... Am I the only one or... Today's game wasn't particularly fun to watch, honestly. Kind of, but I think the French one was like the France-Morocco was even worse. I guarantee you, the moment we play France, like Spain plays France, they're gonna be like Giga inspired. Cabo Verde did a great job. Yeah, absolutely. I was for sure rooting for them. Such a good story now too. Just like the underdog and I don't know, really cool in my opinion. I don't know if that's even noticeable, honestly. I was going for the AoE, but... Let's see if I can build a cemetery. I'm testing this build. I think it's for sure the... I think this might be the best Necromancer build, honestly. Wow. Well, that was kind of crazy. I had no loot filter leveling this guy, so he's a bit, you know, a bit monka. HP wise, squishy. Yeah, I mean he's not that squishy. Like inside the Dreadshade, you build vitality, you scale vitality, right? On this build, ideally you have like 100 vitality. Obviously at the moment I don't have any, right? But it should be pretty fucking tanky, and you can go Vessel, which is quite powerful. But that's on the endgame, right? Oh shit. As always, a bit annoying to do this. He never dies though. Unless he explodes himself. That's the only reason I'm a bit reluctant to do this run and record it, because I know it's impossible to play this build for a long duration without him exploding himself, and you basically have to exit the echo and resummon him, and sometimes it can happen like 3 times in 2 minutes. I reported the bug. Hopefully they fix it for next season. Somehow it hasn't happened still, but yesterday it happened like a lot. Okay, loot filter in action. I think this build is probably the most damage you can do, like wearing nothing, like for free, like no items. It is pretty fucking stupid. What happened? Look. I have 0 increased damage. 0. What? Come on. Someone's thing followed me. We're in the testing phase, okay? It's no judge. What we need to figure out is how do we get to here? Because I know that getting here is OP as fuck. The problem is how to get here. I feel like with these points we'll be better off here. This would be better for summoning the Abomination. But this is better. The damage is just very silly.
Possibility.
I think this is a red ring build too. You don't need anything.
You disturb the silence.
The Abomination is not sacrificing himself yet. 38. Watch.
Yes.
That's really broken, basically.
Yes.
That was my belt? Okay, that explains a lot. Oops. I can explain, okay.
Take care.
Let's
Yes.
see if he sells an axe. Minion damage over time. Watch. What? Health. Watch. See? I told you. Hey, what's up, Reimer? Do you see this level of skill displayed? Just like that, man. How you doing, man? We're playing some Last Epoch. My girlfriend is outside for the night with her friends. So I thought to myself, you know, might as well play some games, you know? Feels good. You wanna hear something wild? I'm always down to hear something wild, especially if it comes from you. You know it. How bad is this, man? You start playing Ellie on Monday? Okay. What are you playing? How long have you not played? That's an important question, actually. How long have you not played?
Take care.
Like a full year? A bit more than that, even, no? Maybe? Pretty close, I guess. Okay, did you like it? It must have been a wild ride for you. Because, you know, I assume you had a lot of... well, you knew about some things that were gonna happen, right? And we were... But that you never got to see happen, I guess? No? I assume it's quite a wild feeling, just getting to see how things actually get implemented at the end, no? I'm testing a necro build. And some things that haven't happened, yo. This is a positive stream, okay? Reimer? We don't talk about that, okay? This is my opinion, Reimer. I don't obviously you don't need to mention anything. But my opinion, what I think they're doing is I think they are... I've been playing a lot of Spellblade, by the way. I liked it. I have a speedrun on YouTube and everything. With Flame Brief, and I really like the new Flame Brief. With the Fire Aura stuff and, well, for mana and... So I think there's a lot of things that they have done, but because they have the expansion, they're basically incentivized to hold them, right? And not release them you want to make sure the expansion looks as beefy as possible, because it's realistically the expansion is 1.0, 2.0 basically. It's like a re-release almost now, I feel. Can focus on Gondor? Yeah, I mean, even if they get like the same like purchases, right, on console than in PC, I mean, you do the math, and it's like a huge market, and I do think this game is appealing for that market. So I don't know. Hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully it doesn't make the game worst for PC, because obviously, and even if they say they don't, there's things that you have to compromise for, right? Like, even if it's UI, or I'm sure design-wise, you know, you have to think about, oh, is this gonna work on controller? Is this gonna... And Ellie has always been okay-ish on controller, kind of. I would never do it, but... I don't know. To be honest, there's a lot of drama with the game, and I might not agree with some of the things 11 Hour Games has done, and, you know, their management, their whatever, right? But I like the game, honestly. I don't know. Like, I just like the game. So I play it until I don't like it, basically. But somehow I feel like I'm more positive now than I'm used to be, somehow. That's because I guess I care less. I don't know. It's weird, actually. Maybe I'm just maybe I just grew up. There's certainly a lot of, I don't know. Their communication strategy is just fucking weird now. I don't even know if they have one, honestly. It feels like they're completely radio silent, and I don't know, confused. But I think the game is good. Beastmaster felt exactly the same. Beastmaster is exactly the same. I agree. I mean, I've been doing these speedruns there on my YouTube, and I've been trying to get to Empowered as fast as I can in hardcore with every class. And I used to say that Spellblade was like one of the worst classes, right? And now it's actually, I think currently in my rankings, I think it's the 3rd fastest. And it did it very... Like, I didn't practice that much or anything. It's a pretty raw... I mean, I did have a plan of what to do, but it didn't take me a lot of runs to get I think basically I did a bit of a practice, and then I just did a run, and boom, and it worked, you know. And based on what people say in my chat, there's multiple things you can do, right? Because we used to do Shatter Strike, but now we do Flame Brief, and I think you can do Orb, and you can do Hybrid. You can do a lot of things. The early game Ward Generation seems pretty good. Fire Aura is obviously something now. I think the problem that you have, I think the main problem I have on Beastmaster, I talk about it on my, I just did Beastmaster like 2 days ago. Very good too, very good. But you have to do a very specific thing, otherwise it sucks, you know? Early game at least. And I think the problem with Beastmaster is like you get a lot of the things that make Beastmaster like work too late, right? Like until you have all your abilities and all your synergies, it doesn't... Like for example, when you're a level 20 Spellblade, it feels good, right? You have Flame Brief, you have Mana Strike, and it works. You don't need to wait for your... For example, Necro has a bit of that same problem, right? If you play a Necro without Dreadshade and without like all your levels on your minions and your resummon points and your mana efficiency and your... It works, but it doesn't feel... Giga. And again, it shouldn't feel giga, but it should feel smooth, right? It's not about power, it's about like things clicking and you feeling as a player feeling like, there's a lot of idle stuff. Oh yeah. You should have seen my face when they revealed the Altor stuff. Because obviously we have to make them for the guides, right? And there's no CT anymore for us. So it's like in 1 week, basically. Like, we get the data when the patch notes come out. And it's like, okay, let's min-max this. Hee you know? Yeah, that is a week of not sleeping. I can tell you that much. Luckily for us, there's a particular setup that is more broken than any other setup, which is the pyramidal one, which is just by a large margin better than anything else. So once Volca, because Volca figured that out pretty early, so it saves us a bunch of time, I think. It's still pretty unexplored. No idea what that means. It's basically the shape they have. There's like different shapes and they have different names. And there's one that it's called the pyramidal, which is basically like, it's like a pyramid. You have like the, you know, like the blockage is like here. You're not looking at it as you should not, you know, always blind. So there's like, and they have different bonuses and implicits and stuff. You put them in this thing here. Fully blind. I wish I could be inside your brain right now, Reimer. Like, I wish I could be inside your brain right now. Like, I would actually pay money. For those who don't know, Reimer used to work at the AG. He was part of the design team, actually. He stopped working there like almost 2 years ago. He worked on skills and stuff, and a lot of the stuff that we're seeing now he worked on, but you know the team kept working on, so he hasn't played the game in a while and he's playing it again. And you know, he's I guess he's having an interesting experience. Acolyte main, by the way, for those don't get it twisted, you know. Maybe Spellblade main now, but historically, Acolyte main.
He has seen your fate. Make it fall.
This does so much damage, holy.
He has watched you down.
Leech is updated, yes. And Harvest Flay or Flay, it's my favorite build in terms of gameplay. Basically, there's Flay, which is like this new, like a hybrid ability, but it's kind of like a mobility. It's kind of like a lunge that you can spam, kind of. You can make it also stand in place, but threshold passives, yeah, there's threshold passives. I can show you if you, I mean, you can check, but yeah, we have the Leech rework with threshold passives. There's some pretty meaningful ones, like all the stuff, like the corrupted form completely reworked, like the Overleech is completely reworked. It's like, I think it's much better now. You can dual wield also now. You can dual wield daggers, which is really powerful. What's the theme? You still go for the... Basically, Dead Seal got nuked. Dead Seal is not really a thing anymore. I mean, you can use it for proccing Hungering Souls and stuff, but, you know, the Death Wave and, like, binary thing of you have damage and then you don't have damage, that's completely gone. Which, you know, I kind of miss it, but it's probably more healthy. And instead, now you get the Dead Seal itself, you get it on the tree, which is this, basically. your current health and your current worth cannot exceed 50%. So it basically locks you at 50% health always, like if you were dead sealed, but you count as low life. So that's, you know, if you have anything that gives you damage on low life or... Reaper form has a minor rework, very minor. So most of the stuff's still the same, you know, the poison stuff, like the buff stuff. And the main thing that it got is that you can convert to physical now. And but that's about it. Everything else is pretty similar, honestly. There's some cold synergy thingy and some minion. Yeah, but it's still nothing major. I would assume there was something there in the books that maybe never got done. What god reworked? We have some new abilities. Like Flay is a really cool ability. What is Flay? This ability is pretty fucking cool. We had plans. It doesn't seem like Lich is gonna get much else. I feel like what we got is what we got, at least for a while. No, there is not a way to make you... Reaper is the same. You still have to lifesteal and it's still... And they actually made it worse, because before, like, you could line up your cooldown, you know, when you get out of Reaper form, if you went into a new zone, it would be out of cooldown. So that... now they made it so it doesn't go back off cooldown, so you actually have to wait, you know, between zones. So, because normally you would clean them up, and then when you teleported to the end of time, you would lose your Reaper form, right? You would loot really quick, and then go in and boom, transform again, right? Now you still have to wait. Like, so yeah, that's not great. That is not great. That change is annoying. Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty annoying, especially when mapping, because the game has got so much more zoomy than it used to. So when you have abilities that basically you have to wait for something like that, versus builds that don't, it's like, I think what they should have done, honestly, is like... They should have done something like... Your Reaper form is permanent. Like... if you die in Reaper form, you die for real. And boom, you know? That doesn't sound that hard to do. Oh, look. The Abomination consumed himself. That is the bug where I can't... Fuck! Evade search. Are you doing search with Flame Reef or search like with the arcane current stacking thingy on the top? That does a lot of damage. There is a small bug where the Abomination sacrifices himself. It's not. I reported it. I think it's getting fixed. It is a bit annoying. I only have to go through this to get it back again, okay? It's completely fine. Look, I do this, then I do this. You see? I do this. I wait for my mana, right? It's completely fine. Who doesn't like doing this? Honestly, I wish the Abomination remembered what was like, bro. Why can I not right-click this or whatever? Why can I not right-click it like this and just set remember summon or something? Because fucking hell, man. Hell no. I understand it's thematic, but holy fuck, man. If you do it the first time... Because I feel like the first time you do it, if you're a new player, you go like, oh wow, that's a, you know, like I get it, you know, it's a cool concept, but gameplay wise, okay, once I've done it, can I just like, okay, I got the recipe that I like. I think Diablo 4 has something like that, with like where you can have like a book or something, and you can select what the, you know, anything transformative to your army. You can just like kind of pre-arrange it, so you don't have to do it on the go. I think something like that on Abomination would be sick. Rare Diablo 4 W, but it is a W. I'm gonna say it. Okay, let's see if he doesn't kill himself. Good design. Yep. Yeah, well, Abomination still a bit suffers from the entire summoning process. Is the core of the ability thingy. Like, I think it's completely fine if you do it once, you know. But after that, like, don't make me do it every time, or, you know, like basically, I should only go through the summoning process if I want to change the formula, right? If I'm like respecking, or I want to try something, or I should go through the process maybe, just for the theme. But if I know what I'm doing and I already decided what my formula will be, probably should not do it every, like... Especially if he fucking auto-consumes himself. Him auto-consuming himself is not ideal. Interesting, I don't see any frostbites. Oh yeah, I do see frostbites. Okay, he's not killing himself, that's good.
It will shatter around you.
I think we talked about it once, right? That the Necro rework was a baby rework from what some of you had in mind. A lot of the community complained about it when they when the Necro rework happened. A lot of people were basically saying what rework. I don't know if it was like they just changed priorities of development or what happened, but I think all the other reworks, I don't think we ever had it, right? Where we had like a rework and people consider it like, I mean, maybe like, I mean, ForgeGuard slowly finding its place, I guess. But the Necro, I think Necro left everyone pretty cold. Because nothing really changed. I mean, the passive tree is much better. And it was already insane. To be honest, Necro is probably one of the best passive trees, next to Paladin. In terms of power, not necessarily like how cool it is, but just like power. It's very powerful. You have like damage multipliers now and shit on the thresholds are really powerful. For example, my build that I'm playing, I'm building it around this node, right? In Necro. This node, yeah, which gives me more damage over time, minion damage over time, damage per vitality. So if you get 100 vitality, which it's pretty easy to get, it's 100% more damage, you know? Then you have like this new mark for death thing that is just mark on death when the minions died. Now you have you also have a lot of vitality and resistance baked in, so that's pretty nice. You have some redirect healing thingy. You have flat crit chance. You have some hybrid nodes that give you crit reduction. You have some haste, movement speed stuff. Like this one also gives you increased minion crit chance per int, so you can either do one or the other. It's kind of like weapons of choice from the rogue. Then you have your minion added throwing damage is minion added. The melee damage is as throwing damage, so you can do like rogue builds and shit, and they do quite a bit of damage. I don't know. I think it's pretty. You have this penetration per overcap resistance. Not good on my build, but good on builds. Obviously the regen stuff, which I'll go on next. Some very interesting scalers here with, again, vitality and intelligence. You get minion health per vitality. So you can just build vitality and get damage, get health. You have some defensive options here early. You have the number of skeletons is on thresholds now, so it's not just like 1 points. You have to think about the investment. It's not always just like the cost opportunity is you have to consider it. I don't know. I think overall these three, like, you just have so much stats. This one gives you flat damage and minion cast speed, which again, it's pretty fucking rare to have flat. Like this node is really good value, right? And you get the threshold. You get some pen options. The redirect thing, which there's a bunch of these. There's one like this in Beastmaster too. And when one of your minions dies, your other minions, all of your minions, restore 20% of the health. So, you know, this is really nice. Like, once you get this point, if you're playing like with an army or whatever, and they still don't do a lot of damage, so they don't leech enough, which you have access to leech too to begin with. Yeah, it is not. You don't look at this and you go like, oh my god. But statistically, it's just like pretty. Like, Warlock is way more transformative for sure. Like, do you want to build around the number of courses? Do you want to build around building necrotic resistance? Do you want to build around channeling? There's a lot of like decisions that will basically shape, or the overloads, obviously. Do I go for 1, for 2, or for none? Or even 3, and you do the... All the cast speed when cursed is pretty broken now with idols. Because you have, it gets pretty broken. Like with the cast speed with when cursed is pretty crazy. You can get like 400% cast speed with the idols and stuff. Because you can get four of the 1x4 idols with the new idol grids. Yeah, it's pretty, you know, with Marrow shards and shit. And then the double damage is always cool. The self cursing is cool and very. Do you do it? You do not do it. I don't know. I like it. The only nodes that I don't really like is these three. These three, a lot of the times, like, if you don't care about mana, this feels like a waste. If you're not doing ailments, this feels like a waste. And if you're not doing damage over time, this is like, you know. Like, if you're playing like a hit-based, like, Warlock, this always feels bad. And then everything else feels amazing. Because the flat damage is fucking amazing. This node is obviously amazing. The overloads are amazing. Yeah, all of this is amazing. It's very, very... Warlock is a good tree. And to be honest, the racial is really good too. What? He killed himself again. 1 second, my girlfriend's calling me. Hola, pollito. That was a gank right there. I got ganked. Well, my minion exploded himself again, unfortunately. What happened? He just exploded himself. That is a problem. I am very heavily considering postponing this run, even though I wanted to do it until they fix this bug. And that might be in 3 months on next season or whatever the fuck, so yikes. Not ideal. Oof, yeah, that's a bit of an oof. That's a bit of an oof. Yeah, the cadence of releases has been interesting. I was just gonna say interesting. I think interesting is a good word. Doesn't get me in trouble, and it still describes the issue, you know. It's been interesting. Perfect, you know. I am PR trained now. And the console stuff doesn't help, right? Because they have that on the horizon, and I think it's a very big endeavor. And I guess a lot of the stuff for console, EAG is not even doing themselves. It's probably outsourced, right? All the console porting and all the I'm a complete noob. I don't know how that works, but I would assume EAG is not actually doing it, right? So they probably have to, even though if they were ready, until the third parties are not ready, it doesn't fucking matter, right? In my opinion, not building hype prior to the expansion is a mistake. What do you mean? We have Hype Week, the most hype week of the weeks. You don't like Hype Week? What? Everyone likes Hype Week. You guys don't like Hype Week? I don't understand. It has worked every time. Aaron Hype Week? Well, to be honest, Aaron is the only hyped person about Hype Week, because he can make 20 videos, you know. like I completely understand him being hyped, you know. Like he's like, holy, you know, algorithm. But I don't think anyone else. I don't think anyone else is as excited. Oh, fair to him, you know. But yeah, like, yeah, I think like I don't know. I'm not an expert in this topic and marketing. I've always been pretty bad at it, or I don't really understand it. But one thing is sure, they should probably try something different. Like, just try something different, maybe. See. I mean, just. I don't even know what. Just different. Is anything big new to the game? You haven't played in like what, a year? You can ask Reimer. He's an expert. He's in the same situation you are. I think if you haven't played in a year, the game has a lot of new things to offer. Mainly the new factions, which you can find in the Iki. You have like the entire Wooben faction thingy. I don't know if you played the Wooben faction or not, but you have like a full tree for points, and then you have the Beast faction, which you can get like farm currency and buy like special uniques and shit and crafting materials. Then you have the new idol rework system where you can change your grid, and this character is very early, like it's a few hours old. This particular character is not at that stage, but there's a lot of new things. New link mechanics. You have the beast mechanic, you have the shatter mechanic, the omens they're called. Just kill monsters in circles and shit. like every other RPG. With their own currencies and their own loots and their own... There's some new pinnacle bosses. Like the visions of the Observer. Which is like easier than Uber Aberoth, but still pretty hard. Quite easier than Uber Aberoth, but still. Still significant. But this ambush was interesting. We're playing Abom. I'm playing Blood Raids. I think Blood Raids I'm in love with Blood Raids basically. You wanna see a shade? Are you ready? Look at Blood Raids, okay? Okay, if he doesn't kill himself, you will see its power. Okay, look. That's the power. Guess my weapon. That's my weapon, brother. Thoughts? Poison, it's bleed, it's bleed. It's just a bleed build. It's a bleed build. Oh, to be honest, all the power comes from just for free, honestly. Just you have a lot of bleed chance by default, these things. Yeah, I really needed the extra poison resistance, so I'm really glad I'm using the cleaver, you know. Thank God. I have 200 now. I can get like what? Like 50 stacks or something before I even feel poison penetrating me. Not bad. I want to get the obsidian. Like the obsidian axe is really good, but I haven't dropped one. This is 100% increased minion physical damage. So that alone would basically double my damage, because my current minion damage is of 166 overall. So basically a third of my damage would come from the weapon. I don't even know where that damage is coming from, honestly. I think it's counting Dreadshade. I don't even know what that damage is coming from. I do have some increased minion damage, but... No. No. I have minion health. Wait, where is it coming? Is it Ore of Decay? No. I have no idea where is it coming. Specifically over time I have more. Why? I legit have no idea. No, not idols. I think I know what it is. It's the vitality. The vitality is applying the multiplier already. No, it's the vitality, I think. If I take off vitality, will it change? Yeah. It's the multiplier from the passive that it's applying already on the stat sheet, which is nice, you know. But basically this multiplier is the thing. And because I have 33 vitality, it's giving me 33% more. I still don't know where the 100 comes. I have 50 just for being... 50 for being a Necro. And then I have 32 here, I guess. Okay, that checks out, I guess. 50... This is very powerful too. Like early game. 50 for being a Necro. Where's the other increased damage? I know I have some. Amulet? No. Dude, I'm wearing absolutely nothing. This is a true test of the build, you know? Wearing nothing. What are you? Look at that. My gloves are actually... I like my gloves. I do have some extra damage with intelligence. I have 180 from intelligence.
Scratches at the surface.
Let's do a temple.
Oblivion way.
You know what I could do? Ah. Oh, he killed himself. What? How? A replay. We're actually gonna replay this one. Okay, he's dead already. Okay, he's dead there. Okay, he's alive. You guys see him, he's alive. Okay, sacrificing. He's alive. Oh! That blood splatter? That's my abomination sacrificing himself. That's unfortunate. Let's watch it in slow motion. Let's see. The exact moment he decides enough is enough. Look at him, look at him. Look at him. Well, there he goes. I didn't press R or anything, he just sacrificed himself. Well, that's not ideal. Oh no, I didn't do anything. I don't even have mana. He just kills himself. Well. What's up, Master Sword? Well, my abomination decided enough was enough. I wanted to try the Harbinger. I'll play till Harbinger, I guess. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. Very fun. What are you trying to say, man? Be careful what you say here. Huh? This is a EHG friendly stream. I don't want to get blacklisted, you know. EHG would lose its only streamer. the survivor, you know. I am the resistance. It's actually quite sad. Hey, Master Sword, thanks for the gift, us man.
It will shatter around you.
What the fuck is that? Your Twitch is Danish. Tack for even. How the fuck you even pronounce that? Tack for Gavio Vonemen. Sounds French. What? Gavio Vonementet. Tack for Gavio Vonane. Yeah, I give up. Yeah. What? Yeah, it's true. I turned into Arnold. What? That's true. I didn't realize. Well. Thanks for the gifted subscription. Yeah, that's better, you know, in American. Proper language, you know. Hell yeah, brother. Dude, I wake up early this morning to watch G2 versus Lion on MSI of League of Legends. And let me tell you, I wish I stayed out. I wish I didn't wake up. Let me tell you. I mean, they did the same, man. What the fuck? Like fucking the T1 match was so fucking hype. I was like, wait, what? Maybe we're good. Like, what? I'm gonna watch tomorrow, you know? And then I got baited once again, you know? What the fuck, man? So inconsistent, huh? Bonk. Okay, we do Harbinger now, and we test. What? Still not? Dodge and helpful. Guess we get glancing long. How is Reimer? Reimer is playing Last Epoch for the first time in 2 years. And he's having a... He's having a spiritual experience. He's going in blind, no guides. What's up, getting ripped? Okay, Harbinger. This is the true test. Just doing it raw. Holy. Okay, Abomination, don't kill yourself. Okay. This is the power that I have. Holy damage. Guys, we're gonna do a gear check after this, okay? Let's not forget, we're doing a gear check. That's the Harbinger right there. Okay. Gear check. Are you guys ready for the gear check? This is my amulet. Thoughts on my level 4 amulet. I've been wearing this since I'm level 4, by the way. Thoughts. Rate this piece 1 out of 10. It could be worst. Okay, now my helmet. Okay, it is useful. It is useful. It is useful. The balance, Reimer. Shh. Okay, Reimer. Shh. Okay. We will get the game balanced on release. It's not important now, okay? Okay. This is my minion weapon. This is the most important piece, because without a weapon you don't do damage, right? So that's the most important piece. Very important. Okay. This is... Okay. This is my ring. Ring number 1. Thoughts? Okay, we continue. Okay, this is technically okay. It has life, you know. This is... Well, it is... It is. Okay, technically 18% minion damage. And a bit of resistances. Not bad. Could be worst. Not bad. Minions still broken? What do you mean? According to Reddit, they're very, very underpowered. Okay, my boots are actually... I can upgrade my boots, actually. I can upgrade my boots. I can get massive damage, actually, thanks to with this. And this is okay, I guess. I literally got this right now. Like 5 minutes ago. When, well, like 20 minutes ago, when Reimer came. We re-rolled into HP, of course. And this I just got also with the Rune of Ascendance randomly. Which this is actually best in slot for the build. Ideally with LP, of course. Thoughts? Does Blood of the Exile apply to minion infected bleeds? I don't think so. Because it reads... More physical element damage to moving enemies. It's your damage. I don't think it applies to the minions. Actually, I have no idea. This is kind of hard to test. To be honest, I have no idea. I don't think it works on minions. But it doesn't specify, so and it's basically impossible to test this because the dummies don't move, right? So it's literally... I guess I could test it very weirdly. Like with a it's gonna be a nightmare to test this. Like get a minion with exactly 100% bleed chance, so it only applies 1 stack. And then, you know... No, the duration for sure doesn't, of course. We have bleed duration here, though. We will grab it eventually. This is very powerful. Like, very powerful. I should probably rush it, honestly. What was I getting now? This. The Vitality, also good. We rush this into this. These points are broken, honestly. I should get these points earlier. 8% duration per point? How broken is that? It's literally 8% more damage. Well, not anymore because I have some duration here, but very powerful. I don't have a portal. I do. Oh, by the way, did you see this, Reimer? Did you see this, Reimer? They made it. They fixed dungeons. Look, you want to see how they fixed them? Look at this. So you go into the dungeon, you put the key, but then you have this thing that is a portal, and you use the portal. You do this, right? You press, and The dungeon is fixed because you don't have to do it anymore. Great. I'm pretty sure he's dead. You were there? We have to thank you for this? Thank you. Okay, I have a ring, I guess. No? My ring is gonna go from this to this. Thoughts? And I assume this is kind of meant as a placeholder. I hope, you know. And we can change this to intelligence, actually. This is actually a pretty good drink, unironically. I don't understand, why don't I have... I did the skip already, no? This guy... Ah, I didn't do the skip. Huh. I'll grab the portal, I guess. Need to do tier 2 to guarantee the slam, so... I would assume it's a... I don't know. I don't even know what to think anymore. I used to think a lot. Okay, we're gonna get the insane upgrade now. I guess I could ask the depths. That's a good ask the depths. I haven't asked the depths. Does the blood of the exile more damage with physical ailments while moving? Apply to L from I am actually asking the depths as we speak, guys. There you go. I asked the depths, guys. I am an ask the depth enjoyer. It might be... yeah, I mean, we'll see. Maybe it is. I don't see why not. The bleed duration for sure not, because bleed duration is a stat. But I don't know how Blood of the Exile gets calculated, because technically it's a status. But I don't know... I assume this checks if the enemy is moving, so it doesn't care... It doesn't care about the source of the bleed, right? Now you guys make me... I'm tripping now. How would the game calculate, basically, is what I'm trying to figure out, right? How would the game know? Okay, we're getting huge upgrade. You don't believe me? Watch. Look. Are you watching? With the Rune of Discovery. And now 13 vitality right there, right now. Boom, beam, bada bam, boom. And you say, Lizard, 13 vitality, why would you want that? It's 13% more damage right there. Look, you don't believe me? Look. Look at this, yeah? Minion? Look at that. Boom. Holy. We're basically uber ready. Basically. I actually have enough damage to kill normal Avaroth, like already. Like, it's not even close. Like, I would destroy him. I actually got the blessing too. That's dumb. Yeah. But I mean... Reimer, imagine if you could have direct communication with people that make this kind of builds and make this for a living. Imagine. That would be fucking crazy. No? Can you imagine if I could just send a spreadsheet for free so you could have all of these things located? Nah. This, by the way, this build is not even on max roll, Reimer. This doesn't kill the Abom. Okay, there is a bug where sometimes the Abomination kills himself. But if it wasn't bugged, it shouldn't kill the Abom, no. The Abom basically casts this ability with this. And he basically sacrifices the other minions to create...
Or maybe a JSUG
like these Blood Specters and the Blood Specters spec with these three. And for whatever reason, the Blood Specters get 120% more damage, 100% more damage, 200% bleed chance, and 75% leech. And of course, they get the Dreadshade damage, which Dreadshade is giving them... Hey. Dreadshade is giving them... 60% more damage, 24% more damage, and then it's giving them... This is giving them 75% more damage, because it gets converted to physical. I mean, I only have 75% more damage, 60% more damage, 24% more damage, 100% more damage, 120% more damage. It's not over. Don't get it twisted. I also have here 100 more damage per vitality, right? Which right now I have 47 vitality, so it's 50% more damage. All these multipliers, the only one that is actually scaling with my gear is the vitality one, which is probably the only one that should be untouched. Problem? Did you see me do the Harbinger weird scenes? I just... And again, keep in mind, I'm getting some pieces now, but you can play this naked. Like, imagine what happens if I drop an Exalted Weapon with tier 6 or tier 7 minion damage over time. Imagine what happens. Which, by the way, is gonna happen, right? By the way, that's an upgrade. Minion damage. We're empowering it. Naked? I am not kidding, I am basically naked. And I went defensive on my passives, right? Because I maxed this out, which is defensive. I maxed this out, well, I get the threshold, which is defensive. I went for the ward retention, the ward per second and ward, which is defensive. I went, this is kind of offensive because the vitality, but I went with this, which is defensive. I could have gone for this, you know. Like, if I put those points on the damage, like, if you're playing softcore or whatever, you know, like, well, you know the drill, right? Where's Bina? Where is Bina? That's always a good question. Wild? Yeah, and Flame Brief is good, by the way. But the problem is this is retarded. I think Flame Brief is what the game should be. It's like strong, you feel powerful, gear is impactful. Oh man, it sacrificed himself. Abort, guys. I feel like when I leave him alone, he like misbehaves. This is not... Oh, no, it's not. For sure it's not. But you know what happens? What happens is that the player base is very small. And the player base is very small, so even the good players or the experienced players they don't get to play everything. For example, I know of this archetype existence for a while because I saw some video on YouTube, but I haven't got time to play it myself in a while. So this is not even, but it's just like a lot of the players don't really do builds on their own, don't really experiment these things. And that's the thing, like if you want to play Blood Spectres, you must take this note. If you don't take this note, it's basically unplayable from my testing. There might be some other way that I'm not aware of, but without this note, it feels really bad. Like really bad. Is it the attack speed that makes it... I wonder if it's the attack speed that makes him bug out, because I feel like when I didn't have the attack speed, he was not doing that shit. I'm gonna take off the attack speed just to see if he stops misbehaving. This is a test, okay? We're testing if the cast speed makes him go crazy or something. Because I don't really care about his damage, right? He's just there for creating the minions. Only Tedric test leveling? Yeah, and he's only one guy, right? And for example, I think right now, pretty much on every mastery, and to be honest, when Tedric does the speedrunning guides for Maxroll, he's not even trying to do the fastest. He's trying to find the thematically best, like, builds, right? Because, for example, if the best way to level a... for example, let's just say the best way to level a Void Knight is with Smite and Javelin. Well, I mean, you know, someone who wants to play if you make a Void Knight, you probably don't want to be playing that, right? You want to be playing a Void Knight. So you have to find... Tedric has to find ways to make Void Knight. You know what I'm saying? And I don't do that, right? I just try to make it... Well, I try making it a class because I could do Tornado and everything, of course. But I don't care about respecs, for example. Like heavy respecs, mid-run and stuff. And I think so far, like... What classes have I done? I've done... Actually, we can take a look at YouTube. I think there's not a single class that I have not to like do on my own so far. I think except Forgeguard. Forgeguard was pretty well data mined, and I think the variations that I've done are very, very small from what other people do on Tedric and stuff. I go Healing Hands first, and which, by the way, we'll see if we do that next patch, because they might move Healing Hands or Sigils, or we'll see. If they move Sigils, that would change. Or Healing Hands. But Healing Hands would be a very big change. And basically what I was trying to say is, like, a lot of the people who play minions are not necessarily the most... meta gamers, let's just say that. So, you know, you get a lot of people saying, like, oh, minions are weak, minions this, minion that, right? And then when you have, like, good players play with them, they're broken, right? It's just like, for example, when people say minions are bad, they mean... summon skeleton army at level 10. That's what they mean, right? And then the devs hear about this, and like, oh, people are saying minions are weak. And they buff them, and they buff them, and they buff them, right? And then, well, then there's problems. And by the way, skeletons are weak. But everything else is fucking broken. You know? Rocks are broken. Yeah, but if you go on Reddit and you take a look at, or even some YouTubers, I've seen some big YouTube, I'm not gonna say names, but I've seen some big YouTubers saying, oh, minions are bad because clear speed, or minions are bad because this. Minions are tricky, right? I think you have less freedom on minions when you're making builds than with other archetypes, because the things that make them OP are very particular. And if you don't take those notes, then, you know, like for example, look at Wraiths. Like, I've made that mistake in the past myself. I remember when they when AEG reworked raids back in Season 9 or whatever the fuck, like early access. I remember I said raids are dog shit, and it ended up being the best build of the patch. You know, so... Just because I didn't bother, like, testing, I was cocky.
Oblivion awaits.
And don't get me started with mana cost and stuff. Like, for example, you play Upheaval Beastmaster, and you want to play with like 5-line Earth Shatter, or well, Earth Upheaval, sorry. Like, you know, the full screen, like, Upheaval, and it costs you fucking 40 mana per cast. Meanwhile, your Sabertooth cast is 20 times per second, 0 mana. You know, it's like, alright. And it does more damage than you because it double dips his multipliers and the Upheaval multipliers. But for example, if you try to play that early game because the cat doesn't have enough attack speed and blah blah blah, it doesn't cast Upheaval, so it feels bad. They're not really good leveling builds. They're more like you switch to it whenever you have all the components, right? But once you switch to the components, they're broken. Absolutely broken. Like, for example, I'm surprised I haven't seen someone killing over with the like Sabertooth, for example, on YouTube or whatever. Well, I have a video of me killing it on, but with the current thing with corruptions and everything, it must be like something to witness. On Raptors cornered. That's Raptors, no, that note. Have you guys realized he stopped killing himself? Let's keep playing. Let's see if it doesn't, like, without the attack speed, he's not killing himself. Maybe this is the key. The key is to not give him attack speed, so he doesn't. Maybe he like he's like tripping, you know. Like, if I give him to. Oh no. Okay. Okay. Okay, that's good timing, I guess. he still killed himself. Unfortunately. Yeah. It's like a fucking secret agent or what? Oh. I wait for a real helmet now. Well, I don't want to play this until it's bugged. I'm not gonna lie. Every time it's mentioned, poof, yeah. Every time it's mentioned, poof. Well, I'm not gonna make this run if every, like... I mean, it's random, because I have managed to play, like, 20 minutes where it doesn't happen. I'm pretty sure what is happening is that whenever a minion, like... Basically, you know, because the minions don't have collision, your own minions, you can... They're like... They don't have a... They can go through each other, right? They don't have a body weight thingy. I think what happens is, like, when you summon minions, if the abomination walks towards them, like, I think you know, like, how, like... You see how, like, a minion is getting highlighted by green? But if I'm trying to aim at this minion in the back, but, you know, like, I'm missing, right? Like I'm hitting the minion in the back by my mouse. It's hitting the... This is the minion that is green, but I want this minion to be green, right? Like right there. Like... So I think what's happening is like, you know, the abomination is inside the minions. And then he basically targets the abomination, but basically, you know, he goes green into himself. But he's trying to targeting something inside of him. And then he, by mistakes, basically, like, the game like, the targeting goes crazy, and when they're, like, inside of each other, and he targets himself and dies. Unfortunately. I wonder if I give him... If I give him the arrow attack, will he stop doing that shit? But it's only 4 seconds, so maybe not. Need to wait a couple years. I mean, I'm kind of pissed. I really wanted, dude. I was thinking today that I was gonna make this run, and I was just gonna pause the timer and edit out every time this happened, so just for illustrate the run. But bro, like, I think I'm just gonna postpone this one. I still need to figure out what to do early game though, so I might do that and then just have it in the... I'll have the filter ready and everything whenever. Because this is for sure the way to play. You for sure play like this. You don't play with the skeleton pop. Mechanically, this is so much better too. You're heading out? Hey, thanks for stepping by, Rammer. It was nice talking to you. Back like the old days, you know. Oh man, it's good. Also, like, my load of work is so much better now. Like, it was a fucking crazy few weeks. I missed D&D like the week ago or whatever. Like, I've literally passed out at work. But I'm good now. I felt so bad, but it happens. Lord of the Exile does not work for your minions? We'll see. How much do you want to bet, Cyborg? I mean, I have no fucking idea. That's why I'm asking. Like... Because it says... more physical element damage to moving enemies. Right? So if an enemy is moving, it checks... Oh, I have a physical element, and I multiply that. It seems like it's not a multiplier on you. It's an effect on them. It's like penetration. It's like armor shred, no? Like in my eyes, this seems like it applies an element invisible that you can't see. What it works like an aura? I don't think it works like an aura, because if you're out of the screen, they still take the extra damage normally, right? So I think what this does is, like, if you have these boots, the game needs to have a way to tell the enemies, hey, these boots are equipped. And what I'm thinking is that it applies like an ailment on enemies that you cannot see, right? It's like an invisible thing. So the game checks, oh, I am... You know? It can only apply the multiplier to the elements. Yeah, but it doesn't say that here, though. Like, it's like armor shred, right? Like, if you apply armor shred and your enemies attack, it doesn't matter who applied the armor shred. Or like, crit vulnerability. This is not like crit vulnerability. I wouldn't be surprised if this works. Especially because it doesn't say more physical element. It's like more... It's the way it's phrased makes me trip. More physical element damage to moving enemies. Oh, Vibe, it doesn't even mention you, Cyborg. It's the opposite. Doesn't matter the status on you. No, it's not. Because it's conditional on the enemy moving. So it's not it can't be on me. It has to be on the enemy. Because otherwise, how is the game gonna know? No, it's because it's conditional. How does the game know if the enemies are moving? If it's not checking on the enemy and not me. Because it's not if I'm moving, it's if they are moving. What else in the game works like that? Nothing, no? And I just don't see how EAG has... There is no way EAG coded a way that can detect if... checks each enemy individually based on you, and then it sends information, and then it comes back to you. There is no way. I guarantee you it's potato coded into the enemies. Like, I guarantee you it's potato coded into the enemies. The dot has a flag that says it has the effect. And when the enemy is moving, it checks the dot. Yeah, but it doesn't say that. It doesn't say enemies, It just says that if the enemies have blitz on them, they take more damage when they move. That's what it says. It doesn't say more physical by elements done by you or anything like that. That's what makes me... for sure the bleed duration doesn't work. That's for sure. But the more physical element... Like, I don't know. I'll be surprised if it doesn't. Should be pretty easy to... I mean, we can do scuff test. Let's see. So he doesn't die. I need exactly 100%. Well, I guess he dies. Okay, 100% exactly. I need to respec some things. No, but if you have a mode that says enemies take 20% more lightning damage, if it mentions the enemy, it works on your minions. Right? And this is basically saying moving enemies take more physical ailment damage. Yeah, but I think it's saying that though. It is saying that. It's just badly phrased because whoever typed this is stupid, no? It doesn't say you do more damage. Where does it say you? More physical... Yeah, it doesn't say by who. More lightning damage to, you know... Doesn't say. It's implied. Yeah, but it's always implied on other things when it's like that. You do more damage. Your hits, you know. I'm gonna test it right now. Based on the phrasing, it can definitely work. Based on the rest of the game. What is a good place to test this? Wengaris, maybe? An enemy that moves. Wengaris, it's a good place. You know what? Maybe Xeric. Maybe Xeric? Because he moves always. That's gonna be hard as fuck to test though. I forgot to respec. Well, whatever.
It will shatter around you.
I think Zarek might be a good place. Because he likes moving. Okay, single attack. 500, 500. That was a 600 there. Out of nowhere. 1-3, 1-4. Why did it do more damage the second time? I think it's working. I think it's working. The last ticket always does more damage. That's not true, based on the dummy. He moved and then the tick is delayed. That is different. Because the tick is delayed, but the instance is not. Like, the numbers are delayed. How do I... It does on the dummy too? No, it doesn't do on the dummy. On the dummy, the last tick is the lowest. Because it has the least amount of damage. 500, 200, 200, 200, 200, 270, 340 there. Let's see. 500, 500, 500, 500, 500, 470. The last tick was the lowest. Yeah, attack it. 500, 500, 270, 270. Okay. This is very fucking annoying to test. Okay, we need a different boss. Because this guy has add-ons. Maybe Wengaris. Wengaris was probably the right choice. Where the fuck? I'll test with just one blade stack. Yeah, well, I mean, that's the problem. You know, that is the problem. Every time he attacks is a blade stack.
Die, human.
What am I doing? It definitely did more damage there. It looks like it's working. Kill, 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 kill. So where the fuck is the rate? That's good. It doesn't die. Alright, let's see. Okay, attack this guy. This guy. 83, 83. Okay, he attacked twice. $250. If he stands still, 500, 500, 400. That's the damage reduction too. Did it work? 190 suddenly. It's definitely working. No? You can spam A. I'm doing that. Doesn't matter. Let's see. But that's why that's why the minion stops walking towards them, right? Let's see. Okay, 813, 1.2, and he doesn't attack anymore. 1.2, and now he moves. He attacks there. 1.6, I think it's earlier. It's later. 1.7. 800, now should be lower. He attacks though, 860, okay, that's fine. 1.3, 1.7, and now I press A, 1.7, 1.7, 1.711, that's just variance. And 1.9 there. You can't see, oops. There's no variance of dots. I'm not. I don't think that's true. On the dummy, there's no variance, but is that true? I don't know. 83, 170, 170. Is it only? You might be right. 172. Why is that though then? There's definitely variance. There was variance there. No extra hit, 172. $187. Why? What changed though? Nothing changed. Then 90 because it faded. 91. 9091. I mean 9091, we saw it there. There's variance. That might be, you might be right. It just might be like a server tick thingy. You might be right about that. You might be right. Okay, let's see. 1.2. 1.2. And he fucking attacks again. So he should be bigger now. 1.6. 1.6. 1.6. 1.8. Why? And he didn't attack him. Yeah, but I think the movement also has that problem, right? The tick rate thingy. Or like, the enemy is moving, so the dot detects, and then it procs. Okay, let's see. 400, right? He's standing still very clearly. Oh, he's gonna do another one. 560. Standing still very clearly. He got another attack, so it's gonna do 540. That's the 800, because he attacked again. 800. And now he moves, and he didn't attack. So let's see if it ticks more than 800. The other enemy. The blitz fade out, unfortunately. This one's fucking hard to test, honestly. 860, okay. 258. Why is that 800? What? One 17029, 1729. He starts moving 17. 178. An extra hit 17. 19. Why is that 19? 1.6. 266, 340. 8. 8. 1.2. 1.9. 1.8. Oh, he's standing still. 1.86. 1.86. 1.9. Yeah, it makes no fucking sense what's happening here. 1.7. Age of Winter. Eroth. I mean, the problem is, like, I cannot consistently get one bleed on the enemy. That's the problem. Because every time my minion attack... Well, it's more than one. That's the issue, no? There was a thing earlier, let's see. Where I saw it more clearly. Right before the Wangaris. Where the fuck am I? Let's see. 270. What? I mean, explain this. Explain that worked right there. That one worked. That one for sure worked. Let's find it. Okay, let's take a look at these goats. Okay, they get slammed. And they get slammed, right? And then they stop attacking them, right? This guy. 1.4 while moving. He doesn't get attacked again. It's another 1.4. Then he stops, right? And then he goes 1.4 again. He stops moving. So now it's 700. But then he moves again. He hasn't been attacked yet. And while he's moving, 897. That has to be. He didn't get attacked again. And I don't think they have any, like, debuff or anything that... Because it already had it active. Because he was already moving, attacking. He only stopped when he did whatever the fuck, that roar or whatever. He fully stopped, you know? It's like with, like, if you're attacking, like, but you have the attack animation. If you wear the boots, you can see what I'm talking about. You can stand in place and not, like, your character is not moving, but you're not standing. The same with the shock boots. And now the damage just goes down, regular. What? There's some trippy damage numbers, let me tell you. $960. 1-4 moving. That's the first 1-4. That's the second 1-4. He stops. So now I lose there, 700. And now out of nowhere, 890. I mean, there is definitely something making them take more damage. That's for sure, right? I mean, that doesn't make any sense. Under any circumstance, this tick should be higher than the previous one, unless there's a multiplier. Because regardless of server ticks, because he hasn't had the bleed applied to him in the last, like, since the last tick. There was no. So it has to be working. I'm actually gonna clip this, I think. Do damage numbers always run down or up? I mean, it's like a 200 difference. I don't think it matters, no? And the round depends. The round up depends of the decimals. If it's like more than half, it goes up. If it's more than, it goes down. It's the same on item rolls, right? Like this 2555 rule thingy. What the fuck? Can I not see this? Oh, I see. What is this subtitles? What is this automatic? What the fuck? I've never seen this. What? What the? Can I edit the subtitle placement? What? What the fuck? What is happening? Does anyone know what this is? What? The problem is I don't have Heroth, right? I don't have on this guy. What is this? But why can I not edit the position of the subtitles? What the fuck? Hmm. Let's see if it behaves with me the same.
You are weak.
Yeah, it behaves exactly the same here. That's so interesting. Those are my blitz, right? Oh yes. And what the fuck? Okay, he's taking 4. It's the maximum blitz, yeah? 20. And he's doing 90. 89 is the maximum, right? And now? Goes down. See, it does weird things. Like, the movement works weird. Like, they're standing still here now. For sure. Are they? 400? Yeah, it's so weird. Like, they're technically moving, basically. It didn't go up. They're technically moving all the time, basically. Like, this guy is moving right now. Yep. $360, $460. When they do the abilities, they're standing still, but if they're not doing the abilities, they're moving, basically. $90. Oh, yeah. Even this is hard to test. Just because standing still is not standing still. But you see this guy, like, stand still, stops, and the ramp doesn't get affected at all. Let's wait for the damage reduction thing. Okay, he's standing still, yeah? $450, $460, $480. Yeah, but it's not the last tick, it's random. Like, now they tick. And now, lower, 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 lower. Now I'm fucking hitting, I have to disable it. 1 second. $280. 45. No, the last tick was 45, it's the lowest. I mean, I can see what the last tick is because it stops doing damage. Right? You apply, you disapply. 140, 130, 130, 160, 70, 30. Boom. On one stack. I mean, it doesn't matter. Like, the last tick of every instance should be higher, and they're going lower and lower. Okay, so now the maximum damage I'm doing, just to be clear. Then unlucky because I do have intelligence, which gives me increased damage. They have int somewhere. I can actually get enough intelligence to. Oh, I was just lazy. I'll do it now. I'll do Rip Blood or something. I need to respect the wild whatever. This is 7 intelligence, so I need 7 on my ring. 2 plus 3 is 5. I need another 2. I need to min roll. Okay, that's enough. Okay, that's the same damage then.
Die, human. You are weak.
Yeah, the ticker rate is doing weird things on the last tick for that, for a single thing. 24. What if we do 2? Okay, so if I do 1 stack, we're standing still. Why did it do 48 sometimes, you know? 36. Yeah, the moving component is already weird as fuck. Right? Now they're supposed to be standing still, yeah? I do 1 stack. They're not supposed to be moving then, no? 1 single stack is ticking for 25. 25, 53 on the last one, but it's basically 25, yeah? But if they're standing still... Okay, 25, so when are you standing still? Because if you move... Why 12 there? $23, $24. What I'm saying is, like, if this guy moves or it doesn't moves, the damage is the same. 25. So what happens if I change this and I take this out? So now I have the same amount of increased damage. Do I tick for 25? $22. The boots are not doing anything. We stand still, yeah? 12 there. Stop bothering me. Okay. Let's die. Well, I can tell you that moving... These enemies are always moving. Can you put Corrupted in his princess slot? No, you cannot. Oh, man. Fuck Wengaris. All right. Me and my Riblot. $12, $12, $13, $20, $12, $12, $12, $12. Okay. I applied a frostbite by mistake. 1 second. I applied a frostbite with a 10% chance on my passive tree. 2 blitz, classic. Again. Okay. 12, 16. 12 in when it's when he's not moving. Because without the boots, that's when I get when it's 12. Let's get a single stack again. Okay. Do I need to fucking do this, man? Fifth, 12, 16. $13 was not moving. But there it didn't count as moving, for example. This is so inconsistent, it's actually crazy. $12. $17. Let's see if I can manage to get a 12. He did a 12 casting the jump. There. You see, it takes a while for the not wall. Like I think their moving works like or moving like the boots bullshit. It takes up. It's server tick based because look, like this guy will be like this. I will hit him. 20, 20, 20. Because I did 2. Okay. Frostbite's fucking annoying. $30, $20. That 24, then 12. What? It seems like the game is very, very, very. What do you call it? Very generous when it comes to what is considered standing still. And there I got a couple standing stills for no reason there. Why was that 12? Like, he's clearly moving, but it's the tick from when he was standing still attacking that showed. Like, you see there? Like, I hit him, it's 20, but now I'm gonna get a 12. I got two 12s that ticked while he was auto-attacking, but it applies after, right? Like, you do this, now you get the attack that is slower, just because he attacks to you. See, that those 13s? Those 13s is because I baited the auto-attack, right? There, I was gonna get a 13, 13. It gets two 13s because he was standing still. But now he's not standing still and he still gets 13s because it's like delayed, the numbers. Yeah, but it's also working like that on my minion. That's what I'm saying. On the rate. Where's the rate? Let's see if I can get him less bleed chance. Fucking hell. How do I even have more than this bleed chance? I think he only has 100% by default. One second. Bro, use volatile? Why? Sure. Get the conversion. They don't even have bleed chance, no? They don't have bleed chance. $83, and I need to take off the fucking frostbite or it's gonna be annoying. Whatever.
Die, human. You are weak.
Oh, mark for that, great. Let's kill the guy that, because it applies the aura. It's annoying. It's the raids. Let's wait. What the fuck are these damage discrepancies? The first is the explosion, obviously. Boom. Now 97, 47. Wait, 48, 50. Doesn't look like it, no? Last tick there. It doesn't work. What? What was it? What was that even though? Not working for sure. It doesn't look like it. Which again makes sense, but you can never know with the AG, I feel. Like if I had to put money on does this work, I would have said like before all of this entire paranoid arc. Like if you asked me yesterday, I would have said no. But one thing is for sure, the moving is very generous. Oh, what? What was that 97? Why is that first tick bigger? Because the server tick compresses the damage, no? Because it's the last stance. Because if a bleed, let's just say a bleed lasts 3.5 seconds, and you caught the server ticks, like, you know, like at 3.1, it like compresses the remaining damage, like in the first decimal, and the last 4 decimals that not overlap with the perfect bleed duration, yeah. Obviously, if the server ticked at the right time exactly, that shouldn't happen. So if you keep trying this forever, you will eventually get a moment where it doesn't happen, right? If it ticks at the right time. Theoretically. Which obviously we'll see. Will that ever happen? Who knows, right? Oh, that was very close, for example. Oh, I got 2 99s there. What the fuck happened there? Or for that, maybe. That worked, no? Funny that the minion can fucking miss. That was a frostbite. Two 99s. Oh, I applied the second bleed. I'm pretty sure I got a 49 there, and then a 99. But the old bleed still ticking, I guess. Oh! It didn't hit. But the last one was a 40 there. So I lined up, I'm pretty sure there, I lined up the last tick. No? Which normally also... Because I guess this syncing up can happen both ways, no? On both ends, both server ticks. 97, 40, 40, 40, 40. Okay, that's the second one. 100, 100, 100. 40, 40, 50. Yeah, I missed there. The last one was 50. This one, boom. We got this one obviously miss. Wait, wait, wait. This one is a good one. Oh no, the other one is the good one. The last 50. $49, $50. I lined it like 0.1 second, huh? Oh yeah, fucking bleed duration too, fucking hell. That's making it completely offbeat because it's not because of the fucking chess piece, that's true. Because instead of having 3.5 second duration, it's like whatever that is times 83, you know? So it's like the duration is probably like 5.52111777 blah blah blah. Fuck. It's like impossible basically. That's a fair point. What emote is good here? This one. Is it possible to have 1 LP this armor before mono? Yeah, it's possible. It's very common. You can have this item like on Act 1, you know. Uh, 3 LP is basically guaranteed on COF. It's 2 AM. Couldn't let the question sit. Same. I mean, I have never used these boots on that purpose, but the wording is weird, so chat made me think. Again, I would have put money on no, but if they told me yes, I wouldn't have been surprised, kind of. Just because the wording is weird. But to be honest, it's probably better off this way. The verdict is that it doesn't work. Wording alone is 100% no. I mean, depends on who you ask. They're gonna say one thing or the other, and I think I'm on both, honestly. Because the wording is horrible. No. It mentions enemies. That's already... Like, why does it say... It doesn't work on minions. It works on in general. But it works... It's misleading how it works because of how server ticking and standing still works. It doesn't say player or you, which I think they should add that word. But I guess it's like a weird... Is there any other more X-ailment damage? Even without the moving component. Does that line even exist in Last Epoch? More ailment damage? Is there any other place where it says that? I think there is more ailment effect and more ailment duration on Catonic Fissure. But more ailment damage? Does that exist in Last Epoch? Or I mean, if it said enemies take more physical and ailment damage, it would for sure work on minions, right? If it just says enemies take more physical ailment damage while moving, boom. That's for sure. Because anything else like that works on minions. Anything that says enemies X, the recipient is the enemy, right? There might be on Abyssal. On Abyssal Echoes? I don't recall it. I don't see it in Abyssal Echoes. The word ailment. How does a Firestarter torch, for example, is phrased? Because I think that's similar. That's a good question. Does Firestarter torch... Firestarter torch doesn't work on minions, obviously. I guess adding the word you would definitely make it, because obviously I know this because I played the game a lot. But if I am a new player, does this confuse me? I think so. Because on skills, they always mention you, no? Or the skill does more damage, so then it's not a... It always has a what is it called in grammar? Like a subject? Because on skills, it's the skill, right? The subject is the skill. Like, X does more damage, right? Bonkers deals more damage, right? And funny enough, this is irrelevant on who cast Bonkers, right? Like, if a minion casts Bonkers, then it works with minions. Because Bonkers is the subject. It doesn't matter who the source is, right? So... So I'm just saying that every time they talk about more damage, they should probably add a subject as a rule, you know, in the way they do tooltips. It's either the skill, the player, or only minions, right? Or both. So I think items should probably need a subject. Oh, how is this, for example? Interesting. On defenses is different, right? Because it says less damage taken if you... Because the subject, you are the subject, right? But here, because the enemies are the subjects, but the damage is on you. They're the subjects of the ailment, but kind of weird, no? I wouldn't mind another you, honestly, here for new players, but... No, but increase the... I don't know. I guess in the alt, it could just be in the alt text, honestly. It's the same, bro. Is it? I don't know why. It's for me. It's easier to understand here than the other. To be fair, on skills, it is like that, no? Rebuke, for example. How do they do it here? You take less damage, right? You have more armor. You take 80% less damage. This is good tool tipping. You. I guess I just want consistency. You are. Yeah, but it says it, no? Like, here is giga obvious. And they still mention you, so why not, you know? You have armor. You have increased. You. No. What about sigils? Are you ready? You and your allies, you know. Symbols increase the damage of you and your idols. You and your idols. But I'm telling you. You and your allies, man. What? Not you? What? It says it only affects you, though, so I guess it's pre-clarification. You know? You. This is great, no? Wait, who's getting this void damage, though? I guess the fire damage, it says you, so it is pretty established, I guess. Holy tooltip shenanigans. Alright, I was pretty tired. This stream was probably completely avoidable, and I apologize for wasting your time, Cyborg, but you know, it's science. It was important, you know. Well, I don't know what I'm gonna do with Necro, because I really wanted... I really wanted to make this run for YouTube, but the fucking build is sacrificing itself. Yeah, I'm gonna go to bed. I have to wake up early. Tomorrow is my birthday, by the way. So, I don't know if I'll stream or not. Maybe. We'll see. But yeah, big kiss. Thanks, guys, for watching. Felicidades. Gracias. It's tomorrow, guys, on the 11th. Happy early birthday, I guess. It is technically already. Thank you, guys. So yeah, maybe I'll stream tomorrow, you know. If not, I'll stream on Sunday or something. We'll see. Thank you, guys. Good night. I'll try to find some time for stream. It's fine. Big kiss, big kiss. Thank you. Thanks for all the help in chat, everyone. Big kiss, big kiss.